Recording,
We're
yeah.
live.
We are live.
Baby, we live.
Okay. Hi guys, welcome to episode 6 of Play Your Cards podcast. I know this is new. We have recording now and mics. We're getting professional now a little bit. We have our special guest Jake Des today. We're happy to welcome Jake Des. Jake, would you like to introduce yourself?
Glad to be here. It's been a little while in the making, but busy lifestyle with all three of us. We made it happen, and yeah, I'm Jake Des, or Jake Desmarias, so I just call myself Jake Des. I kind of shorten it, but...
He doesn't know how to spell his last name, but we're working at folks, so don't worry about it.
I gotta figure that out. But yeah, I met Max through pretty much dirt bikes, and now we're shooting a podcast.
Yeah, you were honestly better friends with my. Well, we're all good friends, but you met my brother through racing, and I met Jake through racing, just through his family, and we all camped together and stuff like that. And his family's great, and Jake loves the fitness world and just racing and stuff like that, everything. So we're just here to talk about our lifestyles and our racing opportunities and what we love about life.
You started mountain biking first, though, right?
I gotta move this bag. This bag's bothering me. Give you guys a better viewing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you were a mountain biker originally first, right?
First, I was racing BMX with my two brothers and my dad. That's what he grew up racing.
Big Bobby raced BMX.
All of us.
He was crazy. He was crazy, right?
Yeah, we all kind of grew through the ranks pretty quick. Just like obviously my dad being our mentor was pretty sick, but yeah, every weekend we pretty much went from BMX to cross country mountain to downhill, and then we figured out like 90% of downhill racers ride dirt bikes, and I was like 17 when I got my first real dirt bike.
And did you start racing like right away?
Yeah, we live right next to the Thompson Dam, and they had a Netra there, and I was on my dad's 2009 CRF 250X, and it was pouring rain, and that was my first dirt bike race I ever did.
And now you're gonna be going pro, probably. Well, you're racing some pro 125 class, and the chance of going pro and pro open after this year, possibly, correct?
Yeah.
What are you in points right now?
I was leading A250 going into sandbox round.
Really?
Then I'm kind of off track right now, chasing a woman, but didn't go to sandbox. Lost the point.
I see. Yeah, you're getting distracted by the woman. I thought there was a woman leading your class.
I am. I was in first, going into sandbox, and now
How?
I'm in second.
I thought Van's been winning all of them.
Yeah, but he
had a couple.
He missed two.
Oh shit.
So.
And so Jake, obviously, as you can see, he picks things up pretty quickly. If he just started riding dirt bikes a couple years ago, and he's already one of the top leaders in his class, and he's a class. Jake's just one of a kind. He's just such a nice and good person. He's hilarious, and
I'm here to have fun.
Exactly. He's got the very similar mindset to me and Ethan. Just go with the flow and just enjoy life and just live 1 second at a time and just enjoy it.
A lot of people though that do either race dirt bikes or like downhill mountain bike, obviously it kind of transfers over. The skill is very similar. But where were you, like pro downhill mountain biker? Like what was the?
So I was the categories for dirt or mountain bikes. It was 12 to 18, and I was in the 12 to 18 expert, and I kind of hung out there for a while, huh?
We cleaning it up?
Yeah. So that's like the weirdest thing is that I found with dirt bikes. Like I move through the ranks of whatever I'm doing pretty fast. I remember the first J-Day that I signed up for, C class was full, so I just signed up as B, and I got like 20th.
So, well, you definitely had some skill transfer over, and I mean
the fitness.
The absolutely.
Fitness completely.
Both of your parents too. I mean, your mom's a unit. She's a beast. Ultra. What does she do?
She ran like 5. She ran the Boston 4 times, but she also ran like 8 other marathons.
And then she did the
triathlons
too. And then what did your dad do? He was a big time mountain biker, and
so he raced in the first X Games ever. Was at Mount Snow.
No way!
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was at Mount Snow. We have his penny at my house, and they called him Blue Jean Bob because he broke the top 10, and he was in blue jeans every single time he raced.
And still, if you ever meet Bob Desmaris, I guarantee you he'll be in blue jeans today as well. So that's like his signature look. We'll be down by the ocean in Maine, and he'll have his jeans on.
Yeah, he had 2 nicknames. He grew up like super into car scene, and he has a bunch of Buick Grand Nationals. They're from 1987, but those are all painted yellow, and it was either Banana Bob or Blue Jean Bob. So when he was on the bike, it's Blue Jean Bob. When he was drag racing on the Berlin Turnpike, it was Banana Bob.
Banana Bob.
But
That's hilarious.
I had a pretty active family growing up.
Yeah, and
Yeah, and you're an athlete now.
Yeah.
And so all your brothers are into dirt bikes, correct? Your whole it's basically but all of you guys race. So So can you talk about your family a little bit, and like your brothers and so then how they influence you and along as your dad? Because I know your dad was a big influence, but I'm sure you get influence from your brothers as well.
Yeah, growing up, we pretty much made everything a competition, no matter what it was, like eating, running to anywhere in the house, getting home. Like the most like memorable things was getting home from a road trip and seeing who's the first one to go use the bathroom. Like we would rip door handles off, we'd smash into things, like knock stuff over.
So how many brothers do you have? Or
I have
how many
two
siblings
brothers.
do you have?
One's older, he's 26, and then obviously Danny is 19 now.
And you were just became an uncle, and how is that life treating you?
The uncle life is the best. I bought a new car. It's super safe for my nephew. Shout out to Grayson. He's the best. But yeah, I got a new car.
Are you just
like a family man now?
Are you just kind of that uncle that just kind of goes in there and gets them a little bit disrupted and just gets causes a little bit of chaos and then just kind of goes and leaves them back with the parents? Sometimes?
Pretty much anywhere I go, if there's a dog, I get them all fired up. Or if there's a kid, I'm playing with the kid because I'm like the biggest kid of all. But
yeah, I'm the same way.
So very competitive. Is that something that kind of motivated you in each of those sports? Like being competitive was just like your family, but also you just had like a lot more of a competitive drive than most people?
Well, growing up, BMX racing, me and my brother, since we're only like a year and 2 months apart, we were pretty much in the same racing class for everything. We were in the same class for BMX, same class. Me and Robbie, this is the older one. Me and Robbie were in the same class for BMX, cross-country mountain biking, and downhill. And then as soon as we started racing dirt bikes, we just jumped into that together too. Cause
why does Bobby not ride anymore? Not race?
Bobby fell in love way too fast with the women.
That'll happen.
Sorry, I'm cracking on you, Rob, but
and I feel like he also felt he's a gym boy. He loves his gym too. So
yeah, he's a beast now.
Yeah, he's crazy. He'll beat the tar out of any one of us. I hate to say it, but
yeah, no, that's like that was the craziest thing is like when we were younger, I was fast enough to run away. I'm still fast enough to run away from him. But if that dude got a hold of me, I was on the ground hard. Like,
what about Danny? He's pretty scrappy. I feel like he could definitely throw some hands.
So in my life, being the middle child, like me and Robbie, because Danny's like 5 years younger than me, and me and Robbie super close growing up, like 2 peas in a pod, and then there was like Danny, who was
little baby Dan.
Yeah, he was always hanging out with grandma or my mom. Didn't want to do like much with us. Me and Robbie were just kind of like the bulls in the china shop. And
we still are kind of.
Yeah, all of us, the 3 of us, at the fair last weekend. My mom was ready to have a fit.
Even fair?
Oh yeah, we were off the charts.
She probably wasn't right. She probably did. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, but she was. My dad feeds in on it now. And we get Grace in there, but yeah. So growing up, super close with Robbie. Robbie kind of diverted from the race scene when he was in high school, got his license, just kind of started chasing girls and whatnot. He still like tiptoes back and forth with it, like he has a pit bike and stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing serious. And then as soon as Robbie fled the scene, I was like, all right, it's little brother time. I gotta figure this kid out.
Make sure you're beating him.
Yeah. So then me and Danny got super close, and it's just, I mean, our whole family's super close still. But
so a question I have is, so like, what did your older brother, something you always remember your younger brother taught you, and something you always remember your older brother taught you, like, because I know they're definitely very valuable in your life. Like, I'm sure you have to have some things like you're very thankful to have both of them. Like, what are some things that you're thankful that they taught you?
I'm gonna say, Robbie taught me that there's always a like fight left in the dog, because every single time we'd be at a race and I think I'd have him, he would just like get this weird burst of energy and like push me to my absolute limits. Like, either push me to my limits or just lay me out. Like, that dude had no mercy on me, which was super good. And then Danny just literally, the best thing about Danny is he just reminds me to don't take life seriously. Like,
yeah, that's exactly.
There's a point. There's like a threshold of like taking it serious and having fun with it, but Danny is like the most laid back dude.
You guys all work together still, right?
Yeah. So we have the family.
Yeah, I love how and Danny's out there racing a pit bike at our local New England series, leading the pit bike series, and like he's sponsored by this brand Sassy Balls. They do protein balls, and just you can just tell how much he just no stress, just living life to the fullest and just completely happy, and that's just awesome. That's how I want to live my life like that too, and I try my best to do that every day, and I know we all do that.
So I know how competitive you are because we've gone many laps back to back. A lot of banging bars.
We've traded some paint before.
For sure. But like, what keeps you motivated? I've seen you behind me, and then I've seen you in front of me, but you just don't give up till the very end. And I kind of am the same way, but sometimes I don't have that dog in me.
So growing up racing all the time, like the endurance and stamina that we built, like I remember it was like the kids race was like 11 and under, and then as soon as you hit 12 to 18, that's when I straight up fully built my body then. It's like I'm a 12-year-old going out for these 2.5-hour, 25-mile mountain bike races.
That's
I'm
crazy.
like in the middle of the woods by yourself, like you pretty much have your water bottle, and maybe we'd make friends with the kids at the races, but it's like it was just I've always like clocked in halfway through the race. Like my first half.
You always had that good endurance from the cycling, and there's a reason why there's so many motocross riders that do a lot of cycling because that's that low intensity steady state cardio that's going to build your aerobic base, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure you know, but the more of a base you have, the bigger your pyramid can be. You know, if you want a big structure, a big aerobic volume, you need to have a bigger base.
And that's like one thing I'm super, super happy about is like even the weirdest thing, like when this whole COVID thing was going on and I got super sick for like 7 days. Didn't do anything, didn't get off the couch. I was sleeping all the time. Like coming back from that, like I won't forget my first mountain bike ride back. I went for like an hour and felt like I got dragged behind a bus. But then like
hard.
2 or 3 rides in, I'm back to normal.
Yeah, you've always had just like super freak athleticism, and you obviously have it in your genetics too, with your mom and dad being the people they are. But
and I feel like you just have that endurance to compete. You had to get back to where your brothers were and stuff too.
Yeah,
you don't want your little brother Danny going out there beating at the track or beating at a trail ride or something like that when you go out there. Because what do you guys? What do you talk? I wanted you to talk about a little bit. Like, do you still go out for your weekly rides like the mountain bikes? Because like that's something I know you had my brother do a lot, and like that's really cool. And I think that's like a really cool way to connect with the community and friends. Could you talk about what you do with that?
Yeah. So ever since we owned the bike shop, we've been doing ever since I was like I don't even know, probably like 10, 11. I would say every Monday night ride every Monday we do a mountain bike ride on pretty much like all over the state. And like it was when I was a kid, it was like no other kids would do it because we're like my family was just like the freak of nature, and my dad and mom would just drag us on these rides, and that's where I kind of learned like it's pretty much like the social skills, like working at the bike shop, riding with these people, like these adults that you have no idea who they are. You're just some kid. It's like.
But you go out there and connect with them, and it's meaningful. Yeah, you're grateful when you come back because you're like, oh, I just had a good conversation with that person. I learned a lot about that person, just life in general.
Yeah, and even like nowadays, I see it like having like the endurance that I have and whatnot. Like these rides are like more enjoyable now, and some people use them for exercise. Like I use them to just like the social aspect of it.
And mountain bikers know how to talk, man. Oh my god.
Yeah,
super friendly, but very cool, and they always are looking for other mountain bike buddies. But that's a good way to work on your social skills, especially if you're younger.
That's like the biggest thing I was thinking about the other day is like me. I'm not taking a step back from racing, but I'm definitely like the mud and the whole series. This year just cracked me. It completely cracked me open, like
because it's not a career. It's like and my brother's doing the same thing. Like yes, it's always fun to go out and race, but it's not fun to go out and race and beat the tar to your body and then have to get up Monday morning and work and also spend $1,000 on your bike after breaking it every weekend when you go and ride in this terrible conditions. So if you go out and enjoy it and have your fun and go race when the conditions are nice, and of course every once in a while you're still gonna do a race where the conditions aren't fun, but you do it, go and you pick and choose. We're not fighting for I feel like none of us are really fighting for, like you guys especially, but none of you guys are really fighting for championships anymore. It's more just about the joy of riding and going out and doing what you love and seeing the people you love and just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Well, when you're part of the series, there's more of like a competitive aspect to it. And
definitely.
I agree too. I haven't been as like locked into chasing points or anything. So some of the mutters, I've been a little girl and I didn't sign up. But for exactly the reason you said, you just beat yourself up, and especially with the marathon coming up, I didn't want to get hurt. But whatever. And it's still just like a competitive thing, for whatever reason, that kind of just makes it twice as much fun,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you said you got really sick during COVID. Max, did you ever catch COVID?
I had it last year, like a week before Christmas. It didn't bug me too much. Like honestly, it was pretty nice. I was working with the kids every day, and it was a good little break. I get to sit in my room for like 5 days and binge watch Netflix and
Okay.
Hulu, and I mean, it didn't
The
really hit me
break
hard.
was nice.
Yeah, like I shouldn't say COVID was nice, but it didn't affect me at all really. I feel like a little bit like fog and like had my headache for like a day or two, but I think I had like a light fever, but nothing bad. It never really hit me too hard. How about you? Have you had COVID?
Yeah, I think I had it once or twice, but it wasn't nothing too
It's
serious.
honestly, it seems like a bad cold to me. Like I didn't think it was any worse than having like a bad cold.
I was thinking about you today though because I was doing my stretches and I was doing my routine. For whatever reason, my recovery's been kind of trashed recently. I was sore. I did like 50 minutes in the sauna last night, and I could barely touch my toes this morning. And then a couple minutes of stretching, whatever, and that tone releases, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm done stretching, I can touch my toes and I can almost get my palms on the ground. You're pretty flexible.
Yeah.
But
I stretch a lot.
you have a tone. What is it? What is it? What is it? Explain to me.
So
What's going on.
it's from my brain injury. It's called like it's a clone. So as you see, like right now, my leg is really shaking.
Yeah.
And it's not everybody gets a brain injury gets this, but it's just part of my brain injury. It's called what's the word, spasticity. So it's like it
Yeah.
makes my muscles like when I like think like when I'm thinking about doing certain things or like if I'm trying to do something and I overthink it, like it'll cause my muscles to tighten up, or like if like I can just cause the spasticity, and it's called clonus in my legs, to having my legs shake.
Hmm. Is it worse in your legs than your upper
Oh
body?
yeah, my upper body doesn't really get too bad. It's mainly like in my ankles and my legs. But like after a long day or something like that, if I'm like doing a lot of my legs, after like a long workout at the gym, like you'll definitely be able to notice it's going off more because
Mm.
my muscles are tired and they're tightening up. So I just have to make sure like drink a lot of water and stress and stuff with that. But it's just something like I'll always have, and like that's why I have the pump in my stomach, my baclofen pump, and that drips of medicine in my spinal column 24/7. That's a muscle relaxer that help my tone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you've been working out. Do you have like specific stretches or a routine that you do?
Not really routine. I mean, after workout, I like to go home, make sure I have my protein shake and stuff with that, and just making
Hmm.
sure I drink a lot of water. Whatever muscle group I work that day, I just try to make sure I stretch that muscle group out. I usually stretch out with my trainer at the end of the workout and stuff too, but just to make sure I'm just keeping it active at home and not making sure I'm not sitting still and let it cramp out, and make sure I'm keeping water in my
Yeah.
body to keep the muscles full and stuff like that. So.
Hmm. That's I don't know, man. It's really interesting. Maybe more of a stretching routine. Do you ever feel like that's helped you kind of release
Well,
it?
and the
Or
thing is, I can stretch so much, but that's the thing with my tone too. It tightens it right up. So
so even it doesn't allow you to stretch because as
like
soon as you
no,
feel the
I can
stretch coming.
stretch, but like I can stretch for so long, but like once I go to bed at night, like it's gonna tighten back up because like unless I'm like wearing a brace
Hmm.
overnight or something like that, because like I'm happy how my body works right now. It's like completely functional right now, but like if I want to be getting stretched 24/7, that might definitely help my tone. But like I'm still always gonna have a little bit of it because it's
Sure.
just the way my brain works now, and just the way, like if I get overexerted from exercise or something like that, it's gonna cause my muscles to get worn down and gonna cause the spasms and stuff like that.
Yeah. So even the stretching can overexert you.
Yeah, so like sometimes if I overstretch, like it'll cause my muscles to
Okay.
like have spasms and stuff like that because they're getting worked out too much. And then like sometimes like if I want to be getting stretched or something like that, I'll have like contractions in my muscle. I can't control it because I'm like just trying to release it or trying to resist it or something like that, and that can cause like clonus in my legs. Sometimes I'm getting overstretched or something like that.
So like when usually like if I feel the tightness in my hamstring or whatever,
Yeah.
your brain's telling you, okay, no more. No, don't stretch any further. But that's kind of your tone is telling
Saying
your brain early before you're at like full extension of the muscle or
yeah,
when
I can only get my arm, like this arm can't extend all the way,
okay.
but like I can feel it stretch right here, and like if
That
I
feels like a stretch.
yeah, if I had somebody yanking my arm, I mean, it could go farther.
Obviously,
But
yeah.
if I like I had to loosen up my muscle ahead of time, I could definitely get more stretch out of it. But like that's same with like my ankles, like my dorsiflexors. I'm sure you know what those are. And
Mhm.
like my ankles can't flex like that because I just have bad tone. The ankles are so it's nothing that happened from this is from an injury, but like my ankles and stuff like that not being able to flex all the way, that's just from my brain injury and just like the tensity in my tone. That's called the spasticity, which caused the tightness in my muscles.
Okay. So the ankle dorsiflexion, is that the hardest part or is it like knee flexion too?
No, that's pretty good. It's mainly like just like my dorsiflexion of my legs that
Mm.
doesn't work too good, and like the invert and everting of the toes and stuff like that. And I mean, like I said, I'm happy how my body works,
Yeah.
so I can't complain.
Did they
And I
do a
still go to the
lot?
gym a couple days a week to try to improve it. So
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you've made like leaps and bounds. I remember the
Yeah.
first couple sessions that I went with you and your trainer. What's his name?
Yuri.
Yuri.
What's
yeah.
up, Yuri?
You know, just the progress you posted from what I was able to see that day to like recent videos that he's posted or stuff that you've posted or even just your progress in general. I mean, nobody's made as much progress
No.
over time as you have. You've been more consistent than a lot of people have, and you have every excuse not to be, which is pretty cool. But
1 second, I didn't realize this chapstick break. I'll put some on too, Jake. I don't want to make you feel alone with that.
did you do a lot of stretching, or was it all like mobility and strengthening when
So,
you were doing physical therapy?
So the thing is, honestly, I love my physical. Like I've had so many good physical therapists and stuff like that. But with the physical trainer, he did stuff so differently because he didn't follow stuff necessarily like how the books like say, oh, in the
Yeah.
medical field, like, oh, this is what you have to do to get better. Like, it's different stuff for every different person and what
Yeah.
works better. Like my physical therapist never had me do these things like I'm doing with my personal trainer, like working on my breathing and stuff like that. You never realize how much like just breathing
That's crazy.
affects
you
your
say
body,
that.
like relaxing your muscles. Like that's something like I mean my PTs might have mentioned it, but like they never really like try to force that in my head. And like I've talked about this before. I get a reminder every day on my phone for functionality, and because that's the thing that he's installed in my head. Like you can be as strong and powerful as you want, but it's all about being functional, being able to perform and do your best.
Yep.
So it's crazy, you know, you were working with a physical therapist,
Excuse me.
but working with someone who I guess was more local to you or whatever it might have been. Just working with different people, you found who was best for you.
It was just yes, exactly. It was, and I'm not talking about MMA PTs. Like they all helped me great leaps and bounds,
I'm
but
sure.
it just I made a connection with this one person. And you can tell I feel like PTs they let you like plateau. It's like it's not a bad thing, but it's just like it's their job. They think like, oh, this is what we wanted to get out of him. So like he's plateau. He's probably gonna be as good as you can get. But this guy doesn't see any limits. He's always gonna be like, okay, if you can do this, you can do this, and he's always
a good
gonna
way.
because you're never done growing. You can always continue to grow. So
And you've learned different things from each of them, right?
exactly, yeah. Like I have stuff for all the different therapists and trainers that I remember, but like now I just found the one that I connect with best, and I feel like he's gonna be the best to get progress out of me and stuff.
Yeah, even like I've worked with so many different fitness trainers, and every time that you work with someone new, everyone has a different perspective, so they're always able to teach you
And
something
that's the best thing
different.
about fitness because there's no right or wrong answer. It's because
Usually,
it's all about there obviously is some right and wrong, but I mean you find that person you connect with, and that's like you with your clients. I'm sure you just have that connection with your clients where it's
Yeah.
like they have a question about something, they can come to you and ask you. It's not like you're gonna be like denied like, oh no, you can't do that. Like you're gonna listen to them out and like realize, oh yeah, like maybe we could try that. Like maybe it's not gonna work perfectly, but it's something I could look into doing with some of my clients and try on a couple people and see if it works better for whoever.
So
One of the biggest things I notice is I haven't been like pretty much everything I do is like just super simple. Like I did CrossFit a little bit here in high school, but like so when Danny tore his ACL and I still have a torn PCL, we both that's like the coolest thing is like it's not cool, but we both like Danny crashed on his dirt bike, I crashed flipping my BMX bike.
around the
But
same time?
the same exact time. We both went to physical therapy
No
together.
shit.
Like I'm on one table, this dude's on the other table. It's like we're either at the start gate together, we're at dinner together, or we're at physical therapy together. Like
Hospital bed, wow.
yeah.
But that's no other way. You wouldn't rather be than any other way, probably, right? I
No,
mean,
and that's
the
like
connection you have with your family and
yeah.
brothers and stuff.
So that's like the craziest part is me and him are like cracking jokes, and he had the more like by the book physical therapist, and I had this guy named Noah, and he's like
Probably fits you better.
so yeah. That's the thing is like what I noticed with these fitness trainers or like these physical therapists, like there's some of them that are there to do their job. They clock in, they go by the book, and they clock out.
Yeah.
With you and obviously you, like you guys, you want to know like
What's gonna be best for me?
you want someone to come in and say, hey, like how's your day going?
Yeah, like
Instead of okay, we're gonna start with
we're
like,
gonna do side steps for 15 minutes.
Exactly.
And, like I want somebody to come be like, oh, I don't think you could. Like I love him. He's saying like he always says like he wants me to say I quit. Like I'm never gonna say I quit, but like that's his goal. Like some PT sessions I'll do like over 300
Yeah.
squats or something like that. He's like, you quit? I'm like, no, I'll just be like, I'm not gonna quit, but my body's definitely done for the day. Like I'll never say I quit, but like I'll admit I'll know when my body's had enough and I can't do anymore. It's not gonna be useful
Yeah.
for me to try to continue doing this workout because I'm not doing it correctly.
Yeah.
And you know what the difference is too is some people are there just like you said to do their job and they probably love their job, but other people are there to help people.
Yeah.
To get the best out of people.
Exactly. So there's much more of a connection, as, you know, working on your social skills. But that's just something that I've been personally working on is having better connections, better relationships with my clients, and the people that I have the best relationships with get the best results.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's all because they want the results, because they're reaching out for you for extra help.
That's true.
Like a lot of these people aren't like, oh, I don't want to reach out to my trainer, I don't want to bother him and stuff like that. Like you can't be afraid to like be bothering people. If you want to improve yourself, if somebody's in this profession, like a trainer, or PT or something like that, they're looking to improve you. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help or ask for some extra advice, because that's what they're there for. I mean,
That's
so
a
many
good
people
point
like
too.
so many people I know, so many people are like, oh, I don't want to ask that because I don't want to bug them. It's like, I don't care if I'm bugging them. Like that's what their job is.
Yeah.
Like, and, like even with you guys, there's something too. I mean, I know I can be annoying sometimes, but I'll
I
ask
can
you.
be annoying too, though.
But I'll ask questions, and like if you don't want to answer them, you don't have to answer them. But like I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask because I'm curious and I want to get the best results for myself and the people around me. So I'm gonna ask questions to try to improve my life and the people, things around me. So
Another thing to feed off of that is like, this is like as close as we get to sitting down and talking about.
oh
life
yeah, we
together.
never do
Like,
this. Yeah.
No, every time we get together, it's like it's shenanigans,
Doing something
games,
stupid.
it's something stupid.
It's
Like,
unorganized
Scooters,
like,
pool,
We're
backflips,
we're
chicken.
not like we're one big family. Like the Moto family that we have, I wouldn't trade it for the world. And
No,
like,
yeah, me either.
Like our families,
It's
with how-
unorganized chaos.
Exactly. But like that's like the craziest thing about us is like we never like met like, oh hey, how's
We
it
met
going?
doing
My-
something crazy.
Exactly.
And that's why we all kind of
It
are
just-
tapped out.
We just feed off of it. Like we're like almost like nobody knows each other's birthdays. Nobody knows this. Nobody knows that. Like
But those are the best
June
relationships
exactly.
you'll
June
ever have.
14th,
no. 29.
June 29th, May 13th,
That's close.
May
10th.
12th, May 10th.
Wow,
That was
very close. Yeah, but the relationships.
I'm
that we
just
have-
joking though, yeah, but we have that special relationship. It doesn't matter if we know each other's birthday. We just have that connection. We can always come to each other if we
Yeah.
need something.
The relationships
Right,
that you
Tyson?
have with people that you do positive things with, like especially when you're younger, growing up, you're growing up with people and you're just partying and you have friends that you just go party with and do, shenanigans with. But if you're doing something positive, especially like exercise, racing dirt bikes, you have such better relationship with those people, and those are always like the people that you can always, I guess, count on because you share such similar
Well,
interests.
Ethan was there the day I literally started a new life when I got in my accident. So like, he like, and like, I feel like I'm sorry for putting you through all that, but I'm like,
Oh, no.
but it's weird to say. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm not also not sorry because I'm grateful because it happened because it made me a better person. It made me get closer to you guys and just made me a better person. I'm here, I'm living life to the fullest, and I can't complain about anything, and I'm just grateful for everything I have. So I like it. It was a blessing in disguise. Like, of course, it stunk that I got in the accident, but I'm glad it happened because I think if I kept doing the stuff I was doing, I would have got hurt a lot worse. And I'm here, I'm living life. I got my nuts
Well, not
cute
even
dog
that,
in my lap.
Max. You're just able to impact more people and,
And
you're able
just
to
look-
touch more
and
people.
And it's just look at life from a different perspective. Like, of course, I remember life like that a little bit, but like,
Yeah.
it was 9 years on September 7th since I got in my
That's
accident.
crazy.
And I mean, I've lived almost over half my life like this, and I can't complain because I'm living. I'm able to do my thing and enjoy life. So I mean, it could always be worse. I'm able to walk, talk, and do these podcasts with you guys. And so I just want to thank you. And again, like I said, we all have those connections that we'll always remember. And some are good, some are bad, but we're all here together and just enjoying life, and we're grateful for it.
Yeah, even your story, I feel like so many people can learn and benefit from, just what you have to say. I mean, we always say this. You're like what do you say? You're an old man in a young man's body.
I'm an old soul. Yeah, I'm definitely an old. Like I don't. Yeah.
You seem like you're wise beyond your years, but I feel like you definitely benefit a lot of people, and a lot of people can learn from how you react to certain situations.
Well, that's because you guys too just have my back and supporting me and coming out and doing these podcasts with me. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. Did you have any mentors or like anyone that you'd really look up to as far as like someone you took a lot of wisdom from?
well, just my family, just like having my back and my friends, just through everything. Like I was the most visited kid at Children's Hospital history, and just like I'm just so grateful for having. Had visitors every day, no matter what. Like we had to be turning people away when I was at the hospital. They'd call and go, oh, can I come visit Max? And like, oh yeah, like
That's
several
crazy.
times we had to turn people away because like, oh no, we have this person coming at this time and this person coming at this time. Like no, you can try to come tomorrow or the next day because I literally had a schedule on my board what time people were coming to visit me at the hospital every day. And like I think
Max is
I
filling his schedule. He's
I
like,
lit- I literally-
no, I don't want to see you this day.
no, it's not even that I didn't want to. It's not even that I didn't want to see him. I didn't have time because people were already calling like, oh, can I come visit this time?
Yeah.
Like
You
we
had to
put
bribe them with treats,
Yeah.
candy, and snacks.
hospital hot dog.
Oh my god. Yeah.
What about you, Jake? Do you have any mentors? Anyone that was like really?
Honestly, like, I met Max after the accident, and I didn't like. That was like a subject where I like didn't know like. Obviously, Max is super open to talking about it, and
And I made you probably feel very uncomfortable the first times he met you or something like that.
yeah. So the first time I met this guy, he starts like faking something in front of me, and he's like, "Why? Because I'm handicapped?" And I'm like,
Always had a
I
great
was
sense
like-
of humor.
I was
but-
like, I love this dude already.
Yeah, because you got to be. I can't change it, so I'm gonna make fun of myself and live with it. I mean, We all make fun of ourselves, and I just got a card money people can't play, and so I play it. So
That's true. Play your cards.
And when you did come out with this podcast and the name, and I started listening to the episodes and whatnot, I was like, I just look at like so many people that I know right off the top of my that are in front of me every single day. They get up in the morning, they're just mad at the world, negative energy all the time.
It's a waste. Like
all three of us wake up like a new day.
Life's a gift. Life's a gift. You do your best. I mean, of course you're gonna have days where you're like, oh, this is a bummer. You're not feeling it, but like you still gotta find the positive and the negative, and just because you always have it a lot worse. We all have places to live. We have our technology. We have good food. We have good families around us. So I think I just want everybody that's listening to this be thankful, and just if you really enjoyed this, please just give it a share because it really meant a lot to me. And do we have any more else we want to talk about today, really? Or
no, I think that was perfect.
So I just really want to thank you all for listening. And if you, like I said, if you enjoyed this, it mean the world to me if you gave it a share and pass it along. I hope the video portion helped us out. So I want you to follow Jake _Des on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow the Fast Fit Academy. Follow Play Your Cards Podcast. Follow Max.A.Daniel. And just please spread the word of positivity. And if you like this podcast, please give it a share. It'd mean the world to me.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for everything. Just love you guys, and just let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, you don't even have to follow me. Just get this thing out there, because Max is one of the most inspiring.
Well, give this guy a follow too, because we definitely want to have him on again. So
I don't post that much to look at. So.
But still, just thank you for everything, everybody.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Let's hope that.